What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Lore Master, which is to activate all of the terminals in all of the Halo games in the Master Chief Collection. So start it up. This is the first level, Pillar of Autumn in Halo 1. This will start up the Halo channel whenever you activate a terminal, except for in Halo 3. This one obviously activated the Halo channel. That is right in the beginning when you get to the bridge and there's that cutscene and Captain Keyes hands you his pistol. So it's right there, right after that, in one of those red flashing consoles. This one is right when you get the Warthog, you go into the unnatural formation, and it's right there as you follow the path through the cave. The man-made cave, or a artificial cave. Not natural. Definitely not natural. This one is on the third level after the hangar bay. You get all the way to the top finally, and it is sitting up there for you in that bridge room. There's usually a gold elite walking around with a sword up there. So just walk up there, and that's where it is. This one is in the middle of the Silent Cartographer, level 4. This one is right here, flashing for you. That is where you fight the two hunters in the middle of the map. This one is on Assault on the Control Room, towards the end, way towards the end. And you can see I took the Banshee and flew down here. You could take the long way and just go down the elevator and come out here normally. And it is sitting right here kind of under the brace for the pyramid that you have to walk up at the end. This next one is on 343 Guilty Spark, and this one's a little bit tricky. You gotta hit the last elevator. This is towards the end and you're going out of the structure, and you can see it's right here on top of the door you entered this room from. The next one is on the library. This is on the 3rd floor. Throw some grenades, kill those people. One of them usually has a rocket launcher, so we don't need to deal with that crap. But you could actually go over here. You're supposed to go towards the left where that rocket launcher and his buddies were, but we're actually just going to jump over these barriers, and I skipped ahead a little bit. Just keep going around. I think you have to jump over 3 of those barriers, and you'll get to that flashing terminal. This next one on 2 Betrayals is very easy. It's right at the beginning of the level. Just turn around. There's the 4 Sentinels firing at you immediately, but turn around and wrap around this ring platform thing, and it's right on the other side there. This last one, or not the last one, what am I talking about? This next one is in the level Keyes. It is in the room towards the end where you find Keyes, and he's just surrounded and consumed by the flood. It's actually directly below him under the platform there. And this last one in Halo 1, don't worry, we got more games to go through, but Halo 1, this is the last one. This is the level of the Maw, the 10th and final level. Go up this ladder. You probably recognize this section. You can see it flashing already. There's these 2 Sentinels that go by. You could stick them or just do whatever. I don't care. And just go in this room, and it's actually at this panel right here, which is annoying actually because a ton of flood come at you, and if you're reloading you might accidentally activate it. But moving on to Halo 2, you could have any skulls on while you're doing this. So you're going to see I have Scarab on, so I could easily just go get to the skulls, or the terminals rather. And it's right here. It is after the 2 bombs blow up, and you can see it's right there. That is when you kind of poke your head up through the floor, and the gunnery sergeant is killed by those 2 elites who I killed with my awesome Scarab gun. And is just hanging out for you on the wall there. This next one is on the level outskirts, kind of towards the end. Right before you get in that highway, there's that small building there. Just hop in there, and you can see it was right there. I'm on the old graphics here, which is why you're not going to see it. This is right as the Scarab comes and blows up that tank. Right after you battle 2 or 3 Wraiths. And you can see it's not on the old graphics. You do need to be on the new graphics in order to see these terminals. Otherwise, they won't appear. This next one is on the Arbiter. It's in the room after you fight a bunch of enemies in the room with the Scarab. You're going to make your way through a hallway, and then you're going to come to this room with 2 conveyor belts going down the middle of it. So you'll recognize it that way. And it's towards the end of this room, but it's up on top. You can see it flashing right up there. I'm going to walk around up here. You can jump up from the other side, or you could just walk around and go up the ramp, and it's right there. The next one is on the level of the Oracle. One of the most annoying levels of all time, I believe. It's a lot of waiting on elevators and stuff, not cool. But after the elevator segment, right in the beginning of the level, you go through a hallway and come to this room, and it's actually right here. You have to hold out in this room for a long time as well, while a bunch of flood come at you, but it's right there at the bottom. This next one is on Delta Halo. There's a section towards the beginning where you have to go in here to deploy the bridge, so you can go across the canyon. And that is towards the right now. It is right here. That's the bridge, and the terminal is to the left, right there. This next one is on Regret, and it's towards the middle of the level. There's that giant hologram of Regret, and there's a bunch of enemies in here. This is while you're underwater. And it is right behind him, right here. So just look for that big hologram, and it's right behind him. This next one is on the level Sacred Icon, and you're going to drop down a couple of these pistons, And when you come to a big, large section with an open back where you can see the library in the distance, you'll notice there's no enemies here. Just go to the right over here, and it's right on the wall here. So that's that one. This next one is on the level Quarantine Zone. And you're going to come to one of these sections where there's a bunch of Sentinels and Flood. There's 2 sections that look like this. This is the first of those 2, and it's just some recycled geometry. You know how that goes. Well, this is the first one, so it's not recycled yet. But just clear out the area a little bit. You don't have to. It's on easy. All you have to do is run up and hit the action button to activate it, but you might as well kill everybody while you can. I mean, you have the Scarab gun. It's easy enough. And you can do it on any difficulty again, so not too bad. This next one is on the level Gravemind. After you're inside for a while, you'll come out to this open section directly after a small room with 2 hunters in it. And you probably recognize this section. I mean, the Gravemind level is just full of sections that are just really annoying to deal with. So you could actually skip most of it by just going up to the right over here. If this is too tough, you can just walk through it normally. But this is just a little bit of a shortcut. Jumping up into the right. This is great for like legendary runs, so you could skip this whole area. But anyway, you would normally go to the right. Hello, Brute. Jeez. This Brute will not go down. There we go. Normally you go to the right where that Brute came out of to just continue through the rest of the level, but just go up over here and you can see it on the wall here. Glowing, all nice looking for you. This next one is on the level Uprising. It's towards the way end of the level. You come out of the long winding river that ends in that kind of double waterfall there. Not too big of a waterfall, but definitely a waterfall. And it's right here. There's normally a bunch of Brutes, but I obviously already killed them. And it's just on that wall there. This next one is on High Charity. You normally go through that door that I just shot at. There's a sword in the middle of this room. This is at the way end. And you can see it's on the wall over here to the left. That is right before you go up the giant lift to get to the final room in that level. This one is kind of in the middle of the level, the Great Journey. And this is where there's a bunch of your friends, actually, that are in prisons. And you shoot out the generator for the shield doors to release them and help you out. And there's also one terminal in one of the empty cells right here. And again, for the Halo 1 and 2 terminals, you do need to be in the anniversary graphics to see them. Otherwise, you will not see them, and you can't activate them. So this next one, this is Halo 3, as you can tell. This is the level of the Ark. You can be on any difficulty, but there's a little quirk about these Halo 3 terminals that are very annoying. There's 3 on this level, there's 3 on the Covenant, and then there's 1 on the level Halo. And there's also the Cortana Terminal in the level Cortana. But this first one is the Ark. This is the first one. Right after you go through those first 2 sections to start off the level, you come up into this hallway and just take a left like I did. And what you have to do with these Halo 3 terminals is you have to just sit through the text. It'll start to go bad or whatever. It gets scrambled, and it's like, oh my god, you've accessed this information and you're not authorized to see this or something. And then it starts moving around like this. I sped this part up a little bit. It just moves around for a little bit and goes to a different passage. And just click through those additional passages, that second set of dialogue or text, and you will find yourself in the possession of that achievement. So you do have to cycle through both passages in each terminal, so that's annoying. You have to sit through them each time. I won't show you it each time, though. The next one is obviously once you get into the structure, after that big tank mission, after the Forward Unto Dawn comes in. This next one is after the big Scarab battle. Just go down, and instead of going forward, just cut back. You can see like I did right there. After the Peeing Brute, which you saw. And it's right there. This next one is on the level The Covenant. And this is the first area that you get into. And just jump up here. This is a quick way to do it. Normally you come from over there where I'm shooting those grunts. And you could, of course, jump across from there if you'd like. But that's right at the elevator there, waiting for you. This next one is at the second area. This is like kind of the first area that you could theoretically come to after getting in the Hornet. This is the section that the elites took down, and so there's nothing over here for you except for this terminal that's hidden over here. And the third one in this level is pretty much in the same spot as the first one was. You can see this is more recycled geometry. It's identical to the first room that we went to with the terminal, so just jump across like you would last time, and it is right there where you'd expect it. The last one of the 7 is in the beginning of the level Halo. Just move in like you would normally and wrap around to the right, hug the right wall, and you'll come to this section, which is hidden. And this is the 7th terminal, so you should get it there. I threw in this one as well because there's been some disagreement and confusion as to if this might count now due to an auto update or a title update. You get to this room by dropping through the second hole in the floor, and this is the first room you come to after that, like you see in this first segment that I did. And it's right here, this flashing light. Just walk up to it and access the Cortana Terminal. And if this doesn't count towards the All Terminals achievement, it at least counts towards its own singular achievement. So at the very least, you'll get one achievement. So that's not wasting your time really, because you'll probably want that achievement too. This next one is the first one in Halo 4. It is at the very end of the level Requiem. There's no more enemies to fight, and you go into this section. Normally you go up to where I threw a plasma grenade there. There's an elevator that takes you to the end of the level, and you just go under the ramp to get up there, and there's your first terminal. You could start that up at the last rally point. You could start this up at Rally Point Bravo, and this is on easy, so I'll just show you exactly where to go from Rally Point Bravo's spawn point. There's those 2 Forerunner Knights that spawn. Who cares? Just keep running. It's on easy, so they're not really going to damage you too much. You come to this section, there are a bunch of crawlers down below, and a Watcher and a Forerunner Knight, a Promethean Knight down below to the left. I'm just ignoring him. Normally you wrap up around to the right or left to go on through the rest of the level, but underneath is your terminal. This next one is on Infinity. It is at Rally Point Bravo, and if you just turn around at the spawn point of Rally Point Bravo, it is right behind you. If you start up from the beginning of the level, this is right after the cutscene with Thomas Lasky, where you meet up with him. This next one is on the level Reclaimer. It is right after the cutscene where you meet up with the Librarian, and she makes you immune to the Composer. So pick up Cortana. You're going to be in this room right after that cutscene. And then you will be passing through these people. Obviously, I'm just running past them because I am on easy. So normally you go into the elevator that's directly in front of me. Not anymore. Now it is. Where I threw that grenade, that's the elevator. Don't go in there yet. Turn to the right, and there's the terminal waiting for you right here. So grab that, and we're on to the next one. This is on Shutdown. You can start it up on the last rally point for this level, because that starts you off basically right before this room that we're in right now. So you want to go towards the end, and it's easier to navigate from the Hunters, which is the last platform. So you want to go to them, basically, and then I'm turning around, and I'm taking a right. And it's on this platform over here with the Jackals. There's also a gravity lift on the right, which will send you towards the Hunters. And it is right behind this structure over here. Right here. And you can see the Hunters and the gravity lift over there towards the left, and the objective nav point over there. This next one is on the level Composer. This is right after Rally Point Bravo. So start up Rally Point Bravo. You'll pretty much start in a hallway and then come to this section immediately out in the open. Normally we go up to the left, up a ramp, and towards a door to go to the next section. The door is up there where I just shot with a Magnum. But just take a right here, and it is right underground here. You can see there's a few tunnels that lead to this, so there's a few different ways to get here, but it's right here. Grab that one, and we are on to the last one. This is at Rally Point Bravo. This is the beginning of Rally Point Bravo, so you could skip that first section where you're flying the broadsword. Unless you want to fly around, it's cool. But this is going to be in the third room that we get to. This is the first room we're in right now. We just moved through this door to the second room. And we're going to do a little bit of running past enemies like we've been doing. These are all obtainable on easy. I decided to assassinate this guy just out of habit because he's scripted to go down and release that Watcher. So that's some valuable information on any difficulty. And we have now crossed over into the third room, and it is behind these center structures that are kind of hovering, and there's some fusion cores here as well. It is right here, and that is the final terminal in all of the 4 Halo games. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you later for more achievements, guys.